Hi, I'm Stormy May, and I'm coming to you with a fundraiser update. But first, I have a cute joke to share with you. It's hard to find good horse jokes, but I like this one. So, what do you call the leader of the horse town? The mayor. All right, but seriously, we have this fundraiser going, and this is for the Peace and Horses Project, where we're talking about ways to partner with horses to help our own human development into a world of peace, into peaceful conflict resolution, into knowing ourselves at deeper levels. And partnering with me on this path is Jenna Darko. And so she's going to introduce herself in a minute or so. But first, I want to give a fundraiser update. We're 4 days into the fundraiser. We have 16 backers so far. We've raised $689, which is fantastic. I would love for by the end of the day to get to 1,000. So that'll take $311 more, and that will keep us on track. If you're familiar with how Kickstarter works, if the entire amount isn't raised, none of it gets funded. So it's critical to keep this momentum going and allow us the funds to finish it. And in exchange, there's some great thank you gifts, everything from downloadable advanced copies to executive producer titles to bringing me anywhere in the world to do a 1 or 2 day clinic for you. We have shirts, we have calendars, we have all sorts of wonderful thank yous. But most of all, we just want to get this project finished and out to the world in the best way possible so that we can continue our explorations of how our relationships with animals can bring us to the next level. So without further ado, here's Jenna Darko introducing herself and how she came to be working with me. So enjoy.
I'm Jenna Darko, and I have a PhD in psychology and spent a decade as a trauma-focused therapist. And then I came into contact with Stormy May, first through seeing her documentary, The Path of the Horse. And then we met in person when we both signed up for a peace literacy training, and we happen to be roommates. And we've been in partnership ever since. I took Stormy's course while I was in search for better ways and practices of relating to the horses that I have. Just after we met, my horses were both very severely injured. One took a 4x4 post punctured into his shoulder about 10 to 12 inches deep, and his sister fractured her leg. So these were long, very difficult wounds that took a long time to heal. And physically, the horses are doing well, thank goodness. Emotionally, they still have needs for a lot of experiences of really safe interactions with humans to keep helping them have the trust and confidence that they need after having had trauma for themselves and for myself as well. Just after we met, I also had some unfolding events that were very challenging for my own life. And I had had an ongoing meditation practice and still do, and an ongoing yoga practice and still do. And these exercises helped me have more accessible moment to moment in ways that I needed during those really challenging times in my life to just feel that ease open for me. When the thoughts, when the situations that I needed to deal with that day would become tight, would become heavy, I needed to be able to take those breaths that had more ease. And the practices, the exercises helped me a lot to do that. And having the mentoring, the ability to hop on a Zoom call and have this humanity face-to-face through technology gave me so much to arm myself with of that inner fortitude of peace as I went through the outer circumstances being, difficult. In our world, in our daily lives, other people are not always invested to the same degree that we are at maintaining harmony, at bringing as much peace and ease from the inside out to a circumstance as possible. And so that creates a lot of challenge of just, well, then how do we anchor in what we can in the moment? And that's always that inner bringing forward of ourselves. And I know that through that well, we worked together for several months of the unfolding, but when I did the course for many weeks, that daily in and out practice and support made so much difference. I don't know how those moments would have looked without it. And I do know, because I had those moments with you, with the practices, with the journey, that it all was manageable. Even things that I thought, I don't know how I'm going to face having this conversation today. I don't know how I'm going to face taking those steps today. It just happened. It just became something that moment by moment, I had more ease within myself to be able to navigate. And knowing from the inside view that I've had of your work with people, I know how many stories there are that are like this, that have been unfolding. How many moments you've helped people step into in that full state of presence. How many, how many journeys there have been where the person looks back and says, I'm so glad that I went on this journey, because now I'm having so much more harmony. I'm having so much more peace. There's greater connection with the horses and this beauty. And so to be able to take some footage and edit that so that you can share a story that gets put outward of what is happening in many lives, I think is a really special thing. And I know that watching it has filled me with a lot of hope for how we can really walk in more peace in the world. And I think that it can have a big impact on a lot of people who love horses and who also want to have more world peace, to be able to see that these things are very possible and this is how it can look. And that's really been a great gift, and is part of what's motivated me a lot to say, let me be a part of helping you bring your work forward and see what can spread in terms of more people having access to you and to the techniques and tools, and to a whole mindset shift that can bring a lot of harmony for people and for horses out into our world.